Welcome to a journey where history, mystery, and determination collide. Imagine standing on the edge of an island shrouded in secrets, its soil hiding treasures that have eluded explorers for centuries. This is the story of two brothers who turned childhood dreams into an unyielding quest, defying odds and uncovering clues that rewrite the past. But with every discovery comes danger, and with every step forward, the shadows of the unknown grow longer. What lies beneath the surface of Oak Island? And what price must be paid to unlock its mysteries? Stay with me as we unravel a tale that spans centuries, continents, and civilizations, all in pursuit of the impossible. It was a childhood dream coming true. The two brothers had waited their entire lives for this moment. A hush fell across the island, and for a second, they couldn't believe what was in their hands. The rumors and stories had all been true. Against all odds, they had found the impossible. They had proven everyone wrong and followed their hearts. What these two brothers didn't realize is that once the treasure was found, they were instantly in danger. Who would come forward to claim their gold and steal the spotlight from the Lena brothers? But before we start, smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming stories. The rumors of treasure on Oak Island have been around for centuries. History has given many opportunities and chances for hungry explorers to strike it rich, but no one has come close to these two brothers with one shared goal and the motivation with fierce determination. The treasure was so close they could taste it. It had been a long, challenging road, but everything had been worth it. With a final smile, the two brothers dug further and saw something that was beyond their wildest dreams. Oak Island is located off the southern shore of Lunenburg County, Nova Scotia. For years, several teams have landed on the space in hopes of discovering the money pit. Explorers from across the world have come hoping to make their fortune. Two brothers from Michigan were about to find everything the island had hidden from everyone else. As their expedition continued, they found treasures greater than anticipated. The island wasn't going to let them take without a price. The cost of discovering the riches hidden beneath the surface was too sinister for most to stomach. Rick and Martin Longina loved spending their childhood playing make-believe. The brothers were only 4 years apart and grew up as best friends. They loved to create treasure hunts for each other in their backyard, but had no idea of the real treasure available in the world. One day, Rick found a copy of his parents' Reader's Digest magazine. The publication always had interesting articles, but one stood out specifically. It was an article written about the rumored buried treasure on Oak Island. From that day on, the brothers' lives were never the same. They excitedly spoke about what they thought the treasure might be and how they could discover it. As the boys grew older, they never stopped talking about going to Oak Island. Their friends and family thought it was a childhood fascination, but it was turning into an adult accomplishment. In 1779, 3 teenage best friends went exploring on the southern shore of Nova Scotia. The boys' names were John Smith, Anthony Vaughan, and Daniel McGinnis. They loved exploring the coast of their beautiful Canadian province and found an island they had never seen before. The boys docked their small boat and began to explore the small island. They found something unexplainable that left them with a big choice. When John, Anthony, and Daniel docked on the unknown island, they found a huge depression in the ground that was circular in shape. It was located beside the beach where they had docked their boat. The boys were curious and began to dig into the soft dirt. They found something that made them drop their shovels and run back to their boat. As they sailed away, they swore to never reveal what they had found. When they got back to town, they began the rumors of Oak Island. The 3 young men had brought back no proof of their discovery, but the fear on their faces was enough to spread a fantastic tale. For years, it was spread by word of mouth until one company decided to investigate the cold, hard facts. The Onslow Company set out on an expedition to Oak Island in the early 1800s. They had started the company to track down the site the boys found and then find their fortunes. The lead explorers landed on the beach and couldn't believe one detail the 3 men had left out of their original adventure. While the Enlow Company began to set up the area for their extraction, they uncovered a surprising detail. They found the space the boys had previously dug up and noticed that there was a separate dig site. Before the three friends had discovered the island, someone else had quietly set up an excavation site. The Enlow Company found a separate hole that led to man-made shafts underground. But who was the mysterious first digger? The Enlow Company began to explore the mine shaft and found different platforms underground. Whoever had been here first had done a lot of work to discover the secrets of the island. The team even found a message left from a different era. The Enlow Company discovered a slab of stone that had an inscription. The inscription on the stone was in characters no one recognized. They quickly took a picture and sent it back to their company office. A local newspaper shared the mysterious details, igniting even more curiosity from local residents. The stone slab was recorded in the local paper as 2 ft long and about a foot thick. The characters on the stone were a variety of shapes and stumped all the local code breakers or people trained in hieroglyphics. The Enlow Company continued to explore the island, but the message on the stone remained untranslated for a century. When the Lagina brothers began their mission, they brought with them an exciting clue to unlocking the 100-year-old secret. Historian and author Edward Rose Snow focused specifically on cracking the stone massage. He was well known in the Maritimes for his work on uncovering the history of his hometown and had written several books detailing the unknown history. Finally, just before his death, he realized what the message was. This discovery was remarkable but also created more questions. While Edward Rose Snow had deciphered the code meant 40 ft below million pounds are buried, he still didn't know who was responsible for writing the message. Would an ancient civilization reveal itself through Snow's diligence? The Onslow Company never stopped exploring the land, and in 1931 the adventure was taken over by William Chappell. When Chappell was taking over the project, he was at the height of his own interesting research on early explorers. One of Chappell's first discoveries was an axe. It was the first manual labor object found in the site and caused quite a stir among the local community. After Chappell found the axe, his team went deeper and were amazed at what else they brought to the surface. The axe was traced back at least 250 years. The team also discovered an oil lamp and a miner's pick. These items originated from Great Britain. Due to the discoveries having different origins, historians and researchers were trying to understand who had buried items in the catchy new nickname for the island, the Money Pit. Theories ran wild from royalty to criminal, but only one person would discover the truth. The team theorized that Marie Antoinette had managed to store her jewels on the island during her flight from France in the French Revolution. Another theory pointed towards a famous wordsmith. The identity of the real author behind several Shakespeare plays pointed towards aristocrat Francis Bacon. What if Bacon had hidden his connection to the works on the island? While the team constantly disagreed, there was one theory that stood out to the rest. Pirate Captain Kidd ruled the Scottish seas. He was feared along several coasts and was traced back to the 7 Years' War and French-Indian War. The island was the perfect location for Kidd to hide his buried treasure and remain inconspicuous to his enemies. After discovering the axe and the other items, it seems the trail went dry. Eventually, the Enlow Company packed up and was replaced by the Triton Alliance Company. When the company first purchased the rights to the island in 1980, they had high hopes and instead found themselves a laughing joke. After holding the rights and controlling access to the island for 25 years, the Triton Alliance Company filed for bankruptcy. Their digs had been unsuccessful, and the company had squandered their resources on a dream. Lagina brothers Rick and Martin had been closely following the Triton Alliance Company in their Oak Island activity. When they saw the island was available, they pulled their resources and made a purchase that had dreamed about since they were little boys. The brothers teamed up with the Blankenship clan and paid a cool $7 million to own the island they had dreamed about during their childhood. They decided instead of just focusing on digging for treasure, they would open the Oak Island Tour Company. Rick and Martin's childhood's dreams were all coming true. They now held in their hands the deed to the infamous Oak Island. The brothers didn't realize this deed was also the ticket to changing their lives forever. When the brothers moved onto the island to run their tour company and find the buried treasure, they had no idea of the local reputation. Oak Island had claimed the lives of 6 explorers over the past 300 years, and residents began to feel the island was cursed. The town closest to the island warned the brothers that they were walking a dangerous path and that they wouldn't leave the island alive. The brothers knew they were playing with fire, but they were so close. There was no turning back now. The brothers' purchase of the island attracted local news stations and also cable corporations. They were surprised when the History Channel reached out with a lucrative offer. The History Channel knew the brothers had paid a steep price to own the island. The History Channel would help finance their treasure hunting if the brothers agreed to film a reality television show. The brothers were unsure, but in the end, agreed to film their adventure. Instead of being alone in this process, the brothers would now be watched by thousands of viewers at home. In 2014, the reality series The Curse of Oak Island debuted on the History Channel. One of the first massive finds was a Spanish coin found underwater. Audiences were automatically hooked with this big discovery and couldn't wait to see what else the brothers would uncover. The Spanish coin was traced back over 3,000 years, and its journey to Oak Island fueled the mystery and excitement to keep uncovering the island's secrets. Due to the reality show budget, the brothers were not digging on the island alone. They welcomed aboard archaeologist Miriam Emerald and earth scientist Craig Tester. When Tester joined the brothers' team, he already had something in common with them. Tester told Standard Magazine that Oak Island was a big fixture in his childhood. The brothers' biggest task was actually making the island safe to excavate. In previous years, old dig sites had become death traps and become filled with water, debris, and mud. As the brothers started the tough task of making the space safe, they realized it wasn't just nature they had to worry about. The team had uncovered booby traps that they couldn't trace back to a previous explorer. Whatever was beneath these traps was going to change the brothers' lives. The brothers continued to drain water and figure out the booby traps when they discovered something truly remarkable. Their team took out a sword that was dated back to the Roman Empire. Finding this sword meant that treasure had been buried on Oak Island even longer than people suspected. Was it possible the ancient Roman civilization had walked this very soil? The brothers were amazed at their discovery and then received an astonishing phone call. With the success of the History Channel reality show The Curse of Oak Island, the brothers were receiving more attention than they anticipated. They received a phone call from author Zena Halper, who found something in her research the brothers might find useful. Alper had been doing research for her upcoming novel when she discovered a map from 1-340. The map detailed Oak Island, but even more interesting, it gave clues on who had been on the island. The brothers' eyes widened in shock as they began to understand the clues from the map. The map from author Zena Halper linked the Knights of Templar and the French government to Oak Island. It gave the brothers an exact time frame when people would have started burying treasure beneath the surface. At the bottom of the map was an intriguing note written in French. The Indians from the south work well. This marked the Legina brothers' first tangible connection to past settlers on Oak Island. With their curiosity ignited, they began digging in the money pit, hoping to uncover more about the island's hidden history. Their first major find was a piece of parchment made from animal skin dated to the same era as the map. Though it bore no writing, it hinted at the possibility of ties to the enigmatic Knights Templar. As they dug deeper, the team faced booby traps and water-flooded tunnels, slowing progress. Their perseverance was rewarded when they discovered a preserved human bone, prompting an immediate halt to the excavation. Forensic analysis revealed it belonged to a Middle Eastern individual, raising questions about how someone from such a distant region came to rest on Oak Island. Once authorities cleared the site, the brothers resumed their efforts with heightened anticipation. The next major discovery came when metal detection expert Gary Drayton unearthed the medieval cross. "This is the type of thing I'd expect to find in Europe," Drayton exclaimed, recognizing its historical significance. The find, thought to be hundreds of years old, bolstered theories of medieval presence on the island. Soon after, the team uncovered a purple gemstone ring traced back over 400 years to African cultures and Egyptian royalty. Together, the artifacts, along with the bone, strengthened connections to the Knights Templar, famously rumored to have hidden treasures around the world. In 2017, the team found evidence of a secret tunnel linking the island to Smith's Cove. A ship's log discovered by team member Doug Cruel described a dangerous underground passage, suggesting a sophisticated treasure hiding operation. Though the Laginas uncovered one piece of gold in 2018, they remain committed to solving Oak Island's mysteries. Now, with years of discoveries under their belts, including artifacts spanning centuries, the Lagina brothers continue their relentless quest. Each new find adds to the rich tapestry of the island's history, fueling hope that they are closer than ever to uncovering its ultimate secrets. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another unbelievable tale like this one.